Hi, my name's Jen Peterson, and I would like to share my invitation story. A long time ago, I went to Blackburn for one semester, and while I was there, I ran across a newspaper article called Christ Following 101, and it was written and still is written by Pastor Tim. And when I read it, I could really understand what it said, and I was able to easily apply it to my life. So I thought, I'm going to cut out that article and keep it. And actually, I ran across it just a few weeks ago, so I do still have it. And another thing that happened while I was up here, I was driving around Carlinville, which I never drove around Carlinville unless I was actually driving to go back home. So, and I didn't even know that there was a subway on the square until after I moved back home. So that's how little I drove. And so anyway, I'm driving around and I see this billboard, and it's my favorite billboard still today, with the guy standing there in his blue jeans, hands in his pocket, and it says Relaxed Fit. And I thought, now that's a cool church because I am all about Relaxed Fit. Fast forward about 2 years, I decided to come up and visit my old college roommate, who happens to live in town here. And when I went there happened to be a guy there. And long story short, well, fast forward probably another year and a half or so, I ended up marrying that guy. And so it was decided that I needed to move up here to Carlinville. So I needed to find a job, and I went to the first place that I found. I wasn't even sure if I was qualified for the position, but I went for it anyway. And it turned out well, and I actually was offered the job almost immediately. So I moved up here and started my job, and I happened to work with Katie Nicholson, and many of you know her, and if you do, you know that she's very persistent in asking people to come to church, which is a really good thing because she didn't ask me once or twice. I think it was more like 5 or 6 times, and I finally said, okay, I'll go with you. I remember when I walked in there, the people were friendly, the message was great, and I actually understood it, and it was just so easy for me to take the message and apply it to my life. So I thought that was really cool. And at the time, I did not realize that the billboard and the news article was the same church. So that was really neat when I figured that out and went back and started thinking about those things. So I started coming to church regularly. I got plugged in, and I know that I'm a lot different than I used to be, when I started coming here a long time ago. So that's great. And like the domino effect happens, I started asking my husband to come to church, and he wasn't really a church goer. So I had to ask him several times, and he would come with me every once in a while. And so eventually, I think God got a hold of his heart and changed him, and he eventually gave his heart to the Lord as well. So then we both decided to get baptized together, which that was great. And we continue to come to this church now, and we are both involved in different ministries, and we enjoy it very much. So I just wanted to say thank you to the billboard and Tim and to Katie for asking me over and over and over again. I know that I've been turned down many times by people that I've asked to church, and it gets kind of discouraging, but the importance of just keep asking them, because you want them to experience the same thing that you're experiencing, and you want them to have the freedom in their heart like maybe you do. That's the motivation that keeps me asking, even if it gets on their nerves.